Hello lovely people, welcome to the channel. This video is all about how software developers are making AI to replace themselves. First things first, let's start with the introduction, the great paradox. Imagine a master carpenter, they spend their entire career honing their craft. Then they spend the next 5 years building a robot that can build furniture faster, cheaper and eventually better than they ever could. It sounds absurd, doesn't it? Why build the very thing that makes your skills obsolete? Yet this is precisely what is happening right now in the world of software engineering. The brightest minds in tech, the people who build the infrastructure of our modern world, are actively developing artificial intelligence designed to automate, software engineering. They aren't just building tools, they are coding their own replacements. Let's start with the first section. It's not science fiction, it's Tuesday. If you aren't in tech, it might sound like distant science fiction. If you are a developer, you know that this is already your reality. The shift has been subtle but rapid. Just a few years ago, writing code meant hours on Stack Overflow, debugging cryptic errors and manually typing out boilerplate syntax. Today, you type a comment explaining what you want, and an AI assistant like GitHub Copilot suggests the entire function before your fingers leave the keys. We aren't just using these systems, we are training our apprentices. Every line of open source codes we have ever written has been fed into these models. They have learned from our best work and our worst mistakes. And unlike a human junior developer, they never sleep. They never forget documentation, and they are improving at an exponential rate. So let's start with the section 2, which is the engineer's ethos. So the trillion-dollar question, why? Are software engineers masochists driving themselves out of a job? Not exactly. It comes down to the fundamental ethos of engineering, efficiency. The goal of programming has always been to automate repetitive tasks to solve bigger problems. There's an old saying in tech that laziness is a virtue. If you have to do something twice, you write a script to automate it. Well, it turns out that writing code itself is often repetitive. We built compilers so we didn't have to write assembly language. We built frameworks so we didn't have to reinvent the wheel. AI is just the next massive logical step in that chain. We are trying to automate the tedious parts of coding, the syntax, the debugging, the testing, so we can focus on higher level architecture and creative problem solving. But we are rapidly approaching a point where AI is getting pretty good at the creative parts too. The third section is about the great reshuffling, the replacement reality. This is where the anxiety sets in. The title of this video isn't clickbait. The role of the software developers, as we know, it is fast becoming obsolete. We are seeing a massive shift in value. The barrier to entry for creating software is crashing down. If anyone who can write a good English sentence can generate a working application, the value of purely knowing syntax drops to near zero. The job is transitioning from writing code to reviewing AI-generated code. We are becoming architects, system designers, and prompt engineers as well. The skill isn't typing the code anymore. The skill is knowing exactly what to ask the AI to get the desired results and having the expertise to verify that the result isn't hallucinating security flaws. Lastly, the conclusion. Is this the end of the road for the human software engineer? No, but it is the end of an era. The engineers who survive this transition won't be the ones who memorize the most algorithms. They will be the ones who best leverage AI as a massive force multiplier. We are building powerful engines that will soon be able to drive themselves. The irony is thick. Our greatest creation might just nudge us out of the driver's seat. We are automating ourselves out of the loop, hoping that we can find a higher place in the new hierarchy we are actively creating.